Good evening, Mosin. My name is Derek. I'm from TAM Projects. I'm here to show you my progress through Spring 4. My first user story is fixing Visual Studio. This user story was carried from Spring 3. Um, I tried fixing it at the end of the sprint, but once we started the next sprint, it came up again. I attended the tech lab a couple times till finally we were able to solve the issue. The next user story is this creating a screen inside of the game. We wanted to do this so that the user was able to receive feedback. This is what it looks like right now. This is what it looks like when the game's not active. But basically, this is gonna be receiving text from other scripts to display active functions. My next user story was adding more objects into the kitchen. Objects that included food and kitchen appliances so that the user will feel as if he was inside a real kitchen. Um, we're able to add some more food items. These are the stove objects, and there's also we're able to add more food items. We're able to add the stove objects, and we're also able to add more objects that you'll be able to see on the other side. We're able to add food items such as vegetables, fruits, and we're able to add food items such as vegetables, bread, cheese. There's also some fruits, and we also have added a blender, coffee maker, and we have the stove objects over here. My last user story was text updated when adding and removing stove objects. This is the sequence diagram. The user who is in control of the grabbing one selects the grab function and grabs the pen. Then the user moves the pen on top of the stove and drops it. Once it drops the pen collides with the stove, and the stove is read by a. This is the sequence diagram. This is the sequence diagram for the heading script, which updates the text when switching the. This is the sequence diagram for the script that updates the text when an item is added or removed from the stove. The user controls the one and is able to select the grab function. With that, he's able to grab the pen and is able to move it around. Once he moves it on top of the stove and lets go, the pen will collide with the stove and the heating script is gonna detect the collision. Once that collision is detected, the heating script will send the text to the code menu and the code menu will display fry. Here is the class diagram. The user interacts with the one controls the stove objects. There's interaction between the stove objects and the stove, and the heating is able to see that interaction. Then the heating script sends information to the code menu, and the code menu displays for the user what he needs to see. This is the test where we're able to test if the script was working, and this is what it looks like once the pots and the pans are placed on top of the stove.